everybody. We are so back. We are so back to continue Minecraft build Fridays. Or Saturdays, I should say. How do I remove? Oh, I understand. Pom 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 pom. Dun 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 dun. Easy. All right. What were we doing? My throat might be a little poor after today, and also maybe a little bit tired, a little bit exhausted. We're just gonna spend the rest of the evening chill time. What were we doing exactly? We were trying to get pale oak. We were trying to get pale oak and find a sulfur. Sulfur cave. Swim away. Swim away. This kind of looks good, not gonna lie. It looks a little bit painterly. The graphics. Wanderlust. Peter Hunt. Again. I have a yellow bed. Power 2 bow. Pickaxes. It's time to go. I want bamboo as well. Bamboo, pale oak logs. Other things. Bon voyage. We'll go this way this time. Oh my gosh, I thought I had a dead pixel. It was just a stain on my monitor. I had an idea. Because it's, chill evenings. What if I read the Iliad? Yay? Nay? Yay? In the War of Troy, the Greeks, having sacked some of the neighboring towns and taken from thence 2 beautiful captives, Briseis and Briseis, allotted the first to Agamemnon and the last to Achilles. Chryses, the father of Briseis and priest of Apollo, comes to the Grecian camp to ransom her, with which the action of the poem opens in the 10th year of the siege. The priest, being refused and insolently dismissed by Agamemnon, entreats for vengeance from his god, who inflicts a pestilence on the Greeks. Achilles calls for a council and encourages Chalcas to declare the cause of it, who attributes it to the refusal of Chryseis. The king, being obliged to send back his captive, enters into a furious contest with Achilles, which Nestor pacifies. However, as he had the absolute command of the army, he seizes on Briseis in revenge. Achilles, in discontent, withdraws himself and his forces from the rest of the Greeks, and complaining to Thetis, he supplicates Jupiter to render them sensible of the wrong done to her son. By giving victory to the Trojans. Jupiter, granting her suit, incenses Juno, between whom the debate runs high, till they are reconciled by the address of Vulcan. The time of 22 days is taken up in this book, 9 during the plague, 1 in the council and quarrel of princes, and 12 for Jupiter's stay with the Ethiopians, at whose return Thetis refers her petition. The scene lies in the Grecian camp and changes to Chrysa, and lastly to Olympus. Why is the preface of this why is it using Roman gods? Why is it using Roman gods? Let me bring this up on my phone because I'm looking at my other screen to read the Iliad. And I like reading it myself rather than an audiobook. I know there's LibriVox, but I can't do this. There we go. Achilles. Oops. Achilles' wrath. No. Why is this so hard? Achilles' wrath to Greece. Of woes unnumbered, heavenly goddess sing. That wrath which hurled to Pluto's gloomy reign the souls of mighty chiefs untimely slain, whose limbs unburied on the naked shore, devouring dogs and hungry vultures tore. Since great Achilles and Atreides strove, such was the sovereign doom and such the will of Jove. I know that Achilles is very angry. He's a very wrathful hero. He's angry at the gods, Such was the sovereign doom, and such the will of Jove. Declare, O Muse, in what ill-fated hour sprung the fierce strife from what offended power. Latonus' son a dire contagion spread, and heaped the camp with mountains of the dead. The king of men his reverent priest defied, and for the king's offense the people died. Which king? For Chryses sought with costly gifts to gain his captive daughter from the victor's chain. Suppliant the venerable father stands. Apollo's awful ensigns grace his hands. By these he begs, and lowly bending down, extends the scepter and the laurel crown. Ooh, I can get some slimes. I would need to write notes on this translation. He sued to all, but chief implored for grace, the brother kings of Atreus' royal race. So I do know that Atreus is an ancestor or father of Agamemnon. Ye kings and warriors, may your vows be crowned. Troy's proud walls lie level with the ground. May Jove restore you when your toils are over, safe to the pleasures of your native shore. Safe to the pleasures of your native shore. But oh, relieve a wretched parent's pain, and give Chryseis to these arms again. In mercy fail, yet let my presence move, and dread avenging Phoebus, son of Jove. The Greeks in shouts their joint assent declare, the priest to reverence and release the fair. Not so Atreides, he with kingly pride repulsed the sacred sire and thus replied, "Hence on thy life, and fly these hostile plains, nor ask presumptuous what the king detains." Hence, with thy laurel crown and golden rod, nor trust too far these ensigns of thy god. Mine is thy daughter, priest, and shall remain, and prayers and tears and bribes shall plead in vain. Till time shall rifle every youthful grace, and age dismiss her from my cold embrace. In daily labors of the loom employed, or doomed to deck the bed she once enjoyed. Hence then to Argus shall the maid retire, far from her native soil and weeping sire. There's an illustration. So I actually have no idea what that whole passage was all about. I think there's a wife, a daughter, and a king, and Achilles. Can we get the spark notes? Thank you. Sunflower. Waiting for the next page. This is a good time for an interlude. The reason I'm reading this is because I want to create a D&D campaign that in antiquity, like a fantastical antiquity. There's a lot of pictures. There seems to be a woman holding a lyre, a man holding a lyre, and the helmet of Achilles. It appears to be a engraving of one of the gods. I'm not sure which one. Homer invoking the Muse. The trembling priests along the shore returned, and in the anguish of a father mourned, disconsolate, not daring to complain. So the priest was walking along the beach and was mourning. Silent he wandered by the sounding main, till safe at distance to his God he prays, the God who darts around the world his rays. O Smintheus, sprung from the fair Latona's line. I think Latona is the king here? The guardian power of Scylla the divine, a source of light whom Tenedos adores, and whose bright presence gilds like Chrysis shores. If e'er with wreaths I hung thy sacred fane, or fed the flames with fat of oxen slain, God of the silver bow, thy shafts employ. Pretty sure that's Apollo. Avenge thy servant and the Greeks destroy. So this is, I'm pretty sure, talking about Troy. Pretty sure this this priest is praying for the downfall of Troy. Thus Chryses prayed, the favoring power attends, and from Olympus' lofty top descends. Bent was his bow, the Grecian hearts to wound. Fierce as he moved, his silver shafts resound. Breathing revenge, a sudden night he spread, and gloomy darkness rolled about his head. The fleet in view, he twanged his deadly bow. Hissing fly the feathered fates below. On mules and dogs, the infection first began. And last, the vengeful arrows fixed in man. Is it Achilles? Is Achilles being blessed by Apollo? For 9 long nights through all the dusky air, the fire's thick flaming shot a dismal glare. But ere the 10th revolving day was run, inspired by Juno, Thetis' godlike son, convened to counsel all the Grecian train, for much the goddess mourned her hero slain. The assembly seated, rising o'er the rest, Achilles thus the king of men addressed. Why leave we not the fatal Trojan shore, and measure back the seas we crossed before? The plague destroying whom the sword would spare, 'tis time to save the few remains of war. But let some prophet or some sacred sage explore the cause of great Apollo's rage. See, this is a little bit different from the movie. This is talking about glory and basically just glory. But the Odyssey movie is about societal collapse. I'm never gonna find a sulfur cave. Chip chip. Why is there an organ in my Minecraft music? There's a mountain over there that could be pale. This is like Castlevania music or Dark Souls music. Dark oak. Good start. Continue reading. Oh. Or learn the wasteful vengeance to remove. By mystic dreams, for dreams descend from Jove. If broken vows this heavy curse have laid, let altars smoke and hecatombs be paid. So heaven atoned shall dying Greece restore, and Phoebus dart his burning shafts no more. I wish there was an easier way to find biomes. That's another thing that I want to add. I want them to add in Minecraft. Mojang, please. There has to be a pale old garden here. Is it true that people in Hermitcraft use chunk base? Should I be using chunk base? Complete. It's so funny to put that in the playlist because I haven't completed anything. Once we're sailing, we'll continue reading. He said and sat when Chalcus thus replied. Chalcus the wise, the Grecan priest and guide, that sacred seer whose comprehensive view the past, the present, and the future knew. Uprising slow, the venerable sage thus spoke the prudence and the fears of age. Beloved of Jove, Achilles, wouldst thou know why angry Phoebus bends his fatal bow? First give thy faith and plight a prince's word of sure protection by thy power and sword. For I must speak with wisdom would conceal, and truths invidious to the great reveal. Bold is the task when subjects grown too wise instruct a monarch where his errors lie. For though we deem the short-lived fury past, 'tis sure the mighty will revenge at last. To whom Pelides, from thy inmost soul, speak what thou know'st and speak without control. E'en by the God I swear who rules the day, to whom thy hands the vows of Greece convey, and whose blessed oracles thy lips declare. Long as Achilles breathes this vital air, no daring Greek of all the numerous band against his priest shall lift an impious hand. Not e'en the chief by whom our hosts are led, the King of Kings, shall touch that sacred head. Pale Garden? No, there's no Pale Garden. There is no Pale Garden. It could be useful. No pale garden, but we have bamboo. Should I pick up my boat? Yes. Oh, cocoa. Cocoa beans. Where the heck's my boat? Found it. Let's continue. Encouraged thus, the blameless man replies, nor vows unpaid, nor slighted sacrifice. But he, our chief, provoked the raging pest, Apollo's vengeance for his injured priest. Nor will the gods' awakened fury cease, but plagues shall spread and funeral fires increase, till the great king without a ransom paid took her own Chrysa send the black-eyed maid. Perhaps with added sacrifice and prayer, the priest may pardon and the god may spare. The prophet spoke, and with a gloomy frown, the monarch started from his shining throne. Throne? Black choler filled his breast that boiled with ire, and from his eyeballs flashed the living fire. Ogre accursed, denouncing mischief still, prophet of plagues forever boding ill. Still must that tongue some wounding message bring, and still thy priestly pride provoke thy king. For this are Phoebus' oracles explored, to teach the Greeks to murmur at their lord. For this with falsehood is my honor stained, is heaven offended and a priest profaned. Because my prize, my beauteous maid I hold, and heavenly charms prefer to proffered gold. A maid unmatched in manners as in face, skilled in each art and crowned with every grace. So there is a lady. There's a lady. That men are fighting for. Not half so dear were Clytemnestra's charms. When first her blooming beauties blessed my arms, yet if the gods demand her, let her sail. Our cares are only for the public Well. Well. Okay. Let me be deemed the hateful cause of all, and suffer rather than my people fall. The prize, the beatus prize I will resign, so dearly valued and so justly mine. But since for common good I yield the fair, my private loss let graceful Greece repair. Nor unrewarded let your prince complain, that he alone has fought and bled in vain. Insatiate king Achilles thus replies, fond of the power but fonder of the prize. Wouldst thou the Greeks their lawful prey should yield, the due reward of many a well-fought field? The spoils of cities razed and warriors slain, we share with justice as with toil we gain. But to resume whatever thy avarice craves, that trick of tyrants may be borne by slaves. Yet if our chief for plunder only fight, the spoils of Ilion shall thy loss requite. Whenever by Jove's decree our conquering powers shall humble to the dust her lofty towers, then thus the king shall I my prize resign, with tame content, and thou possessed of thine. I'm not finding a pale oak. Not finding a pale oak, guys. Melons. Dun 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 dun. A bit loud. Could do with a little bit of bamboo, accenting for builds. Oh my gosh, I didn't pause. Cactus. Time to head home. That camel is huge. never punished. And thus the king shall I my prize resign with tame content, and thou possessed of thine. Great is thou. Wait, what is this? Oh, it's an abandoned mine. Great is thou art, and like a god in fight. Think not to rob me of a soldier's right. In thy demand shall I restore the maid. First let the just equivalent be paid. Such as a king might ask, and let it be. Treasure worthy her and worthy me. Or grant me this, or with a monarch's claim, this hand shall seize some other captive dame. The mighty Ajax shall his prize resign. Ulysses' spoils, or even thy own, be mine. The man who suffers loudly may complain. Enrage he may, but he shall rage in vain. But this, when time requires, it now remains. We launch a bark to plow the wantry plains. You hear that, guys? The man who suffers loudly may complain. And rage he may, but he shall rage in vain. You hear that? You may rage, but you're just raging in vain. Raging in vain. Okay. Ooh, I could get some acacia. I don't even know where I am, though. Not that far. Do 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 do. It's full. What can I do? I guess I can do nothing. I can do nothing but wait. Jump chopping. Let's go with... Yeah. Drop the apple, eat the melon. 3's good enough. Time to head back. I totally thought that way was going towards spawn, but it was definitely not. We go this way and this way. Okay. Good enough for me. Let's continue. But then, when time requires, it now remains. We launch a bark to plow the watery plains, and waft the sacrifice to Chris's shores, with chosen pilots and with laboring oars. Soon shall the fair, the sable ship ascend, and some disputed prince the charge attend. This Creta's king our Ajax shall fulfill, or wise Ulysses see performed our will. Or if our royal pleasure shall ordain, Achilles' self conduct her o'er the main. Question, have I been here before? That is the question. Looks pretty bright to me. Is that a pale? Oh, it was the fog. The fog made it look like a pale oak garden. Have I been here before? I have no memory of this place. Where is my boat? Wait. Did I skip something? Achilles self-conduct her o'er the main, let fierce Achilles dreadful in his rage, the god propitiate, the pest assuage. They're basically saying just let Achilles handle it. And look how that turned out. There is a coin with a Mars on one side and some people on the other. No pale garden. Oh my goodness. No pale garden, no food. What a fucked up day. I think I've been here before. Must have. At this, Pleiades frowning stern replied, "O tyrant armed with insolent and pride, and glorious slave to interest, ever joined with fraud unworthy of a royal mind. What generous Greek, obedient to thy word, shall form an ambush or shall lift the sword? Sword. What cause have I to war at thy decree? The distant Trojans never injured me. To Pythia's realms no hostile troops they led. Safe in her vales my warlike coursers fed. For hence remove the horse resounding mane, and walls of rock secure my native reign." So the guy, Pleiades, is probably some noble or king. Thinks he's safe within his walls. Whose fruitful soil luxuriant harvests grace, rich in her fruits and in her martial race. Hither we sailed, a voluntary throng, to avenge a private, not a public wrong. What else to Troy the assembled nations draws, but thine ungrateful and thy brother's cause? Is this the pay our blood and toils deserve? Disgraced and injured by the man we serve. Tale as old as time. Tale as old as time. Sending young men to fight old men's wars. And darest thou threat to snatch my prize away, due to the deeds of many a dreadful day? A prize as small, O tyrant, matched with thine, as thy own actions if compared to mine. Thine in each conquest is the wealthy prey, The mine, the sweat, and danger of the day. Did I miss it? What? Oh shit. You broke my boat. Where's my boat? I am lost. Continue. Thine in each conquest is the wealthy prey, thou, the mine, the sweat and danger of the day. Some trivial present to my ships I bear, or barren praises pay the wounds of war. Where? But no, proud monarch, I'm thy slave no more. My fleet shall waft me to Thessalia's shore, left by Achilles on the Trojan plain. What spoils, what conquests shall Atreides gain? To this the king. Fly, mighty warrior, fly. Thy aid we need not, and thy threats defy. There want not chiefs in such a cause to fight, and Jove himself shall guard monarch's right. I can't wait for the draining the temple episode. Anybody else excited for the draining the temple episode? We gotta go this way. Yes. There want not chiefs in such a cause to fight, and Jove himself shall guard a monarch's right. Of all the kings, the gods' distinguished care, to power superior none such hatred bear. Strife and debate thy restless soul employ, and wars and horrors are thy savage joy. If thou hast strength, 'twas heaven that strength bestowed, for no vain man thy valor is from God. Haste, launch thy vessels, fly with speed away, rule thy own realms with arbitrary sway. I heed thee not, but prize at equal rate thy short-lived friendship and thy groundless hate. Go threat thy earthborn myrmidons, but here... Ooh, there's somebody jumped a tree here? Was it me? Was it me, I wonder? You know what? I don't need these. I'm lost. Can we check the VOD? Wait, this looks familiar. This looks familiar. Yes. If only we had distant horizons. Then prepare, imperious prince, prepare. Fierce as thou art, to yield thy captive fair. Even in thy tent I'll seize the blooming prize. I loved Briseis with the radiant eyes. Hence shalt thou prove my might, and curse the hour thou stoodst a rival of imperial power. And hence to all our hosts it shall be known that kings are subject to the gods alone. Achilles heard with grief and rage oppressed. His heart swelled high and labored in his breast. Distracting thoughts by turns his bosom ruled, now fired by wrath and now by reason cooled. Prompts his hand to draw the deadly sword, force through the Greeks and pierce their haughty lord. He did what now? This whispers soft his vengeance to control, and calm the rising tempest of his soul. Just as in anguish of suspense he stayed, while half unsheathed appeared the glittering blade. Minerva swift descended from above, sent by the sister and the wife of Jove. Minerva is Hera? Or something else? Cocoa beans, potato, lily pad, let's get some bamboos growing. Oh no, I didn't pause. I actually need to be right back. Gotta go to the washroom. We want a batter, not a broken ladder. Where are the monsters? Oh, it's here. Dun 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 dun. Oh. Dude, I did a perfect block. Carrots, sweet berries, sugar cane. This is all temp, I swear. Okay. We want a ladder, not a broken ladder. Bundle is empty. Brilliant. I really want a sort of central garden. That isn't so I guess it would be one below. That's weird. This would be a sort of central garden. Wow, I'm tired. I'm suddenly so tired. I did go ham outside, yes, earlier. I went super ham. It was nice. The sun was out, but also it was a little cloudy. One, two, three, four. We want a better, not a broken ladder. Okay, this is just temporary, I want to say. I want to say this is temporary. Did I say that I love big farms? That looks nice, right? Do I have any more seeds? No. Do I have any more cocoa beans? Hmm. I need the lights. That's good enough. Herr Dinava. Minecraft D&D. Cool. You a little... like so. I need this. I need this. It's such a remarkable difference when you strip the log on this one. Like this might fit, this could fit in the jungle. But when you strip it, it's a bit insane. I need spruce fences. Ooh, maybe... Secret entrance. Secret tunnel. Through the mountains. Secret, 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 secret tunnel. We need shelves for the trimming. How do I make the shelves again? Oh. Bum 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 bum. Just a little bit. One more. Maybe I'm overdoing that. Nah, I'm not overdoing it. How could I overdo it? How could I overdo it? Looks good. I just need a little bit more A windmill. I could do a windmill here. So there's like wind going from the shore up the mountain. But man, I am so tired. I have to log off. I have to log off, man. I'm so tired. That was a short stream, but it was very fun. We couldn't find the pale log. I might consider using chunk base next time. Who knows? We'll see. Anyways, that's about it. See ya.